Hey guys, welcome to another Power Rangers deck building game video. And today we're just going to be looking at some of the, well, not some, all of the heroes and villains in the core set of Power Rangers deck building game. For this one, well, let me just give off my first 2 cents of why I'm a little disappointed in the selection here. First off, we didn't get a bonus White Ranger. I feel like, they missed the ball on that one. And I'm a little bummed out that Goldar wasn't selected as a villain, or you see Zordon here, but you don't see Rita as as a villain, or you don't see Scorpina as a villain. I feel like they could have added those other guys they had as masters, like Finster. I feel like it could have been more than 8. I feel like it could have been maybe excuse me, maybe like 12 each. They could have added a little more variety, depth. But anyways, it's still a great selection. At least we got the Rangers, we got Alpha, we got Zordon, and we got these two popular villains, especially this one, King Sphinx. He's popular. I like the way they added the putties, added different forms of putties, but again, that could have been something else. And they have the two here, Baboon Squat, and they got Pudgy Pig, which is also another popular one. Alright, so let's take a look at them. For King Sphinx, his ability states block. It's a block card you can use from your hand. Negate an attack, draw one card, and the attacker gains one stun, then discard this card. So let's leave this here. Now let's look at Billy. These guys are kind of like the same. Billy is negate an attack, the attacker gains one stun, then discard this card. Right off the bat, you know which one is better. King Sphinx is better because you draw one card, and the attacker gains one stun. So not only are they gaining one stun, like how Billy, the Blue Ranger, does it, but you're also gaining one stun. You get more energy and shards if you discard. Billy gets less. Both cards is an energy of 5, which I find a little strange. Maybe the Blue Ranger should have been a 3 or 4. If you destroy King Sphinx, you draw one card. Target foe gains one stun. But the difference is you need 5 shards to buy King Sphinx. And for Billy, Blue Ranger, you need 3. So those two cards are almost identical, but King Sphinx is the winner here for that effect. Now let's look at two cards that are almost identical. We got the Pumpkin Wrapper. Pumpkin Wrapper is a cost of 5. Gives 4 shards if discarded. Energy is 5. It's an attack. Deal 2 damage. Plus 2 damage for each hero in the grid. So in the main grid, if you have, let's say, these 3 and you have other cards, you'll deal 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So it's a total of 8 damage. So actually this card is really good if the grid has 2 or more, and an additional hero, that would be 4, so it's not bad. Then we have the Red Ranger. Deal 3 damage plus 1 damage for each hero in your discard pile. So Jason's a little different. You would want, these heroes over here. The more heroes in the discard pile, the better. So that's 3 damage, sorry, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think Jason, the Red Ranger, has the better effect between them both. Jason also gives you 4 energy when discarded, and Jason's effect only requires 4 energy opposed to Pumpkin Wrapper's 5. I do understand that the damage dealing is higher because of the grid, but I think the odds of activating the Red Ranger's effect effectively and more consistently is with the Red Ranger's favor. And when the Red Ranger is destroyed, destroy 1 card your opponent controls. And for Pumpkin Wrapper, target foe discards 1 card. So again, Jason, even when destroyed, gives you a better opportunity, but that goes with the villains. You won't get that effect. So Jason is the winner on this one, and King Sphinx is the winner on this one. So far, 1 for the heroes, 1 for the villains. Let's see if there's any others that are kind of identical. So Zordon and Squat are almost kind of identical, but Zordon has the better effect. No, I'm sorry. Yes, Zordon has the better effect. Um, he gives you 5 energy as well, which is very high for a low cost card. So if you do see him in the grid, I do recommend buying him because energy does carry over. He requires 4 energy to activate his effect, which reveals the top card of your deck. If it's a hero equipment, draw it. Otherwise, destroy it or leave it. That works well with Jason if you are playing with him as a hero, or Tommy if you are playing with the Green Ranger, because the Green Ranger loves to equipment cards. Loves to attach equipment cards. Sorry. Draw it, otherwise destroy it or leave it. So that's another good way to thin out your deck. So if you do want to get rid of some weaker equipment cards or maybe useless heroes, I guess in a way Alpha kind of becomes useless later. You can do that. And Squat's effect here, if he's discarded, he gives you 3 energy. It's not bad on 1 shard. He also costs pretty cheapies too. Obviously, that's the cheapest you can go on villains or heroes. It requires 2 energy to activate his effect. His effect is look at the top card of the main deck. You may put it on the bottom of the main deck or leave it. So Squall's move would have been better if you can destroy the card, but you can't. So he just puts it at the bottom of the deck. So it's a good way to be kind of a hindrance. So if you see something that's going to benefit the hero, maybe like Tommy coming up or Jason, you can put them at the bottom of the deck. Remember, there's only 2 cards per deck. So if you do put him down, the chances of finding another one might be pretty slim unless if you get lucky and he's back to back. So if Zordon gets destroyed, you heal 2, which is great if you need recovery. And if you defeat Squall, you need more to defeat Squall. Target foe discards 1. Oh, okay, so that's a good effect right here. So if you kill Squall, the target foe discards 1 card. So Squall is better when you kill him. That's about it. So in my opinion, Zordon wins this duel. So far, 2 for the heroes, 1 for the villain. And I didn't see too much of other cards that are kind of identical, but I'm going to try to match some cards together, maybe based off total points as well. So we're going to do that, and we're going to see which effect is better, and we will decide which cards are better, heroes or villains. All right, so over here we have Pudgy Pig, and we have the Black Ranger. Pudgy Pig costs 4, gives you 3 shards, 2 energy, and if you want to activate his effect, you need 3 energy, which destroys 1 card in your hand or discard pile, and it deals damage equal to its value, its shard value. So, for example, if you were to destroy King Sphinx, you will get 5 shards. So this is actually a really great card. And then we have another good card here. So this is gonna be a tough one to pick. The Black Ranger. Attack target discards 1 card. I mean, that's a good effect. Black Ranger gives you 3 shards, 4 energy. More than Pudgy Pig. But if I was to pick an ability, I think Pudgy Pig is better. Target foe gains 1 stun if destroyed. Target foe discards 1 card. So, looks like the Black Ranger is all about discarding cards. So I'm going to give that round to Pudgy Pig. And while I was checking here, I actually noticed King Sphinx and the Green Ranger are almost identical as well. But the difference is the Green Ranger, instead of giving you a stunt, he actually gives you an equipment card from your discard pile. So the Green Ranger is actually good when you're playing as the Green Ranger as a hero. So if I was to compare these two, I would actually give the upper hand to the Green Ranger. And so actually I want to redo these cards here, and I'm going to add a new card. I'm going to add Putty Patrol, Super Putty Patrol with Blue Ranger, and I'm actually going to mix these two up. And if we look at his effect, so Tommy gives you 1 more energy than he does, and Tommy requires 1 less energy to activate his effect. Even though both of their effects are very useful depending on what deck you're running, he works really well with Goldar, and he works really well with himself and other cards, I'm sure. But I was gonna say this is a draw, but I would give a slight edge to Tommy. So unfortunately, the Villains just lost another one because of that. Sorry, Villains, and sorry, King Sphinx. I just think because of the more shard cost, the more energy that Tommy gives and the less energy that you need to use for this card, I think the Green Ranger is better. So that's actually 3 for the heroes and 1 for the villain. And going back now to Blue Ranger here and the Super Party Patrol. Super Party Patrol negates an attack, heal 2 if you have 10 or fewer, then discard this card. And this one, negating an attack, the attacker gains 1 stun. So I think for this one, oh, he gives you 6 energy. Wow. So actually, you know what? Even and his ability costs less to activate, and you can use it from the hand. And there's a trump card right here. I'm going to give this victory to the villains. So that's 2 for the villains and 3 for the heroes. So we have 3 more left each. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. Okay, so for the sake of the video here, I'm just going to pair up the cost. I'm just going to go by cost now. Because some of them do have kind of similar abilities, but not really. So I'm just going to pair these up. So which one is better from these two? 4 heroes or 4 villains? We got the Pink Ranger here, who if you discard gives you 6 energy, 2 shards. Her ability to activate requires 4. And if you destroy her, attack full discards 1 attached card, which is a great ability, but you need a lot to activate that. And you need less to activate that for squat. So, but we're comparing her with the Z Putty Patroller, which are the strongest ones. Her effect is put 1 starter from any player's discard pile into any player's hand or discard pile. So when they say any player, I'm assuming this also means the villains. And if that's the case, then you know that's definitely a very unique ability. And for the Z Party Patrol, deal 3 damage if negated, heal 2 if you have 10 or fewer. I mean, this is a great ability, but come on, the Pink Ranger gives you 6 energy, and her ability is not that bad. So I would say heroes take that one. And let's look at the Yellow Ranger and Babu. Yellow Ranger costs 3. They both cost 3. Yellow Ranger gives you more energy, 4, and she heals you, and she heals the enemy if she gets destroyed. And this card is actually good. Gain the top card of the main deck. Even though the Yellow Ranger does give you more energy and heals you, just gaining the card out of nowhere from the main deck, that is actually really awesome. So I'm gonna give this one to the villains. So let's see how many the villains won. 3, 4. Oh, actually, the villains won quite a lot, more than I expected. The heroes won 3. So can the heroes pull off the tiebreaker, or will they lose in this last round? Let's find out. Putty Patroller and Alpha both give the same amount, 1 and 1, 1 and 1. They both cost 2, and they both do different effects. Heal 2 if you have 25 HP plus, deal 2 damage, and Alpha draw 1 card. I think this is the better effect. You can heal, and if you have 25 plus, you can heal 2 damage. And it's a quick card, so you can get it right away. So I'm gonna give this one to the Putty Patroller. So it looks like the villains won. They won 4-3. That's just my opinion. I think the villains have a better little layout here. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Take care.